Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to start the daily collective read for Saturday, February 18th, 2023. I'm the Gray Strega. What do we have coming through right now in the cards? Can I please get the first 5 cards in our 5-card spread for today? First card coming through right now is Sun in its reversal. What is going on? So this could indicate some feelings of disheartening today. There could be some feelings of disappointment, or just something that is kind of obfuscating or making it a little harder to see the bright side around a circumstance or situation. But let's try to get some clarity as to what is going on here that is causing a little bit of this friction. The next card we have coming through right now, may I please have the next card, is this is the feeling of the 7 of Pentacles. So there is some circumstance or situation that you are currently experiencing where you're kind of just feeling like the time is up, that you may have been putting a lot of time and energy into a certain area and you're starting to feel that frustration point. And this is what's causing a little bit of this disheartening feeling as it relates to this moment of frustration around something that you've been putting a lot of time and effort and energy in, maybe even a consideration point right now in terms of whether you want to continue in this fashion or if it's something that you want to let go of. Next card we're having in our 5-card spread right now, there's that card of the day coming through again with that Page of Pentacles in its reversal. This is the center card for our spread today, same card as our daily card of the day. So this is a moment right now where there is potentially either an offer that you feel isn't coming forward in the way or the manner that you are desiring, or this is potentially a rejection of an offer that you're feeling is not coming forward in as full a manner as you would ideally like. We have noticed in the cards with the daily cards of the day, there has been a circumstance or situation where you've become very much secure in terms of what it is that you're looking for. So we could be seeing here some of that energy in being able to have a better clarity in terms of what it is that you're going after. And this is potentially leading you not necessarily to want to waste any time and energy on things that you do not feel are coming towards fruition in the way that you are ideally hoping or achieving. Continuing to get clarity right now on the 5-card spread. The next card we have coming through right now is However, this is also giving some clarity as to why you may be necessarily making these choices, because the next card we have coming through right now is a King of Wands. So this is going to hit a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy right now, bearing in mind that that is not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. Now for masculine right now, this could be turning away from certain offers, feeling like you've put enough time and energy into them, but also coming into your own power as it relates to your plans going forward, being able to really articulate and communicate in certain areas, even while you're potentially turning away from those that you aren't feeling that are moving in the direction that you would ideally desire. While as for feminine right now, this could potentially be turning away from some offers and instead turning your direction towards those energies, as we saw that we've been seeing in the cards of the day, the areas that are allowing for more communication, they're allowing for those new passions and new projects to come forward. This is being articulated with this King of Wands. So again, some energies kind of being walked away from as you're moving towards a direction of those that seem that they have much more firm plans in place as it relates to the future, and understanding that this is a moment that you may not necessarily need to wait on these energies that aren't coming forward in the way that you would ultimately desire. There is a little bit of dissatisfaction here, but we also see that there is this bright side that is coming from this circumstance or situation. Continuing to get clarity right now, the next card, the final card in the first 5 that we are getting for today is This is Chariot in its reversal. So this would also indicate some of this Sun in its reversal that we're seeing. So as I always like to bring up with the Chariot card, the Chariot card is the card that talks not only about your own desires in terms of moving forward, but the energies that you're really trying to pull around you as you move these plans forward. So this is a moment where you could potentially be feeling frustration towards some energy that you were hoping to move forward with in a functional way that you put a lot of time and energy into. Thank you so much for the gift in order to achieve this, but really coming to the result or making the determination today that this might not necessarily be the correct direction, specifically in light of the fact that there are, specifically for feminine right now, other energies that are coming forward and standing much more in their power as it relates to the plans going forward. While for masculine right now, this could be coming into a sense of power and looking at something and being able to understand why something is not working and turning your energy away from the places that are causing this disruption in terms of your path moving forward. Continuing to get clarity right now on these cards, getting clarity between this Sun in its reversal along with this Seven of Pentacles in its reversal. So this feeling of frustration on something that you've put a lot of time and energy into, this could be a moment where you're asking yourself if it's worth continuing in this fashion or if this is something that you should potentially just walk away from. May I get one card to clarify? We have coming through here, this is Emperor energy. So again, we see here that there is this readdressing point that is happening. This is going to feel like a pretty powerful day, specifically for masculine energy, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. Because what we're really seeing here is this is a moment where masculine is looking at what is not working. However, it is allowing them to move into this sense of having more control, having more power, even as they move forward from this point. That something about this choice or being able to observe what isn't working is allowing masculine to kind of get their power back to a certain extent. Whereas for feminine right now, this, as we saw before, this is further clarity on this sense of looking at something that is not working, but at the same time, turning your energy towards the strong masculines that is around you right now, or even kind of being able to kind of continue, that is allowing you right now to find a path forward, to see the places that are truly functional. And this is where you're putting a lot of your attention right now. So we're really kind of seeing like the silver lining on top of something that does still carry some disappointment with you as you go forward from this point. Continuing to get clarity right now between this Seven of Pentacles in its reversal. So this frustration point, this feeling of having spent too much time in a certain area or not wanting to put any more time into something, or feeling the frustration of something not coming to fruition, potentially around some offer that you were hoping would be the achievement point of putting this considerable amount of work and energy into something that is very important to you right now, and not necessarily seeing the material results of that effort. May I please get one card to clarify? Clarification is coming right now with, we've been seeing this card a lot in its reversal, the Hermit in its reversal. Not allowing yourself to be held back, not allowing yourself to be isolated in this moment, but using this moment to really allow you to push forward from this point, understanding that something is not working, and not necessarily just letting yourself get kind of pulled inwards from it, but rather using this as an opportunity to get yourself back out there, to move in a place where you're going to have more of a social presence, not like being able to take that time that you may have spent doing this internal work on this, but instead learning the lessons and allowing this to be a moment that you're kind of moving forward from this. We also, I like to point out, this could also have some transportation issues. This could also have some frustrations as it relates to distance that are coming up around this as well. So there could be some issue or circumstance around this that is also related to distance or travel. Continuing to get clarity on these cards right now, the clarity between the Page of Pentacles in its reversal and the King of Wands energy. So for masculine energy right now, there are some areas that you're potentially pulling your offer away from, feeling like it's not necessarily working or not necessarily seeing the material results of what you were hoping for, but allowing this to be a moment where you're really kind of taking this time to strategize and plan for your steps moving forward, having a lot of communication today that is going to be functional towards those paths and those plans moving forward. For feminine right now, this could be the rejection of some energy that you feel isn't coming towards you in the right capacity, and instead turning your energy towards those strong masculine manifestations that you feel have a good plan, have that perspective, have that passion that they're coming towards you in, which would give more clarity to this Emperor that we see in its upright. May I please get one card to clarify? Transverse. This is a Five of Swords and it's transverse. So there's something about this situation that is a bit of a sticking point between these two energies of the Page of Pentacles in its reversal and this King of Wands in its upright. So this could have to do with some circumstance or situation for feminine. This could be a moment where you're not necessarily completely ready to walk away from this other energy, which could explain some of this frustration that you are feeling. While as for masculine right now, there is something that you feel is supposed to be, needs to still be addressed around some past circumstance or experience, potentially related to this area that you feel that your offer isn't necessarily coming forward in the way that you would desire, or you're not receiving the offers that you would ideally desire from these circumstances or situations. This could even talk about that masculine energy, trying to put some of this energy into those past situations to try to find a better point of resolution to get the results that they're truly hoping to achieve, which is why we are seeing the Emperor coming up in its upright. Getting clarity on these cards cards right now between the King of Wands right now and the Chariot in its reversal. So specifically for masculine energy, this is a moment of communication, of really trying to set plans in place to kind of correct some kind of collective energy that requires other energies around you right now to move your path and your plans forward, and really kind of using your own instincts and your own intuition and guidance to try to correct this imbalance. While as for feminine right now, this could be putting a lot of energy towards a masculine that you feel is going to assist you as well in terms of starting to move forward in a more functional path towards your own plans and goals. May I please get one card to clarify? We've got two cards coming out right now to clarify, and this is coming through very interestingly. Thank you so much for the gift. As a moment where you are trying to move forward from this point without carrying the sadness from the past, without carrying this feeling of loss that we are potentially seeing with this sun in its reversal, but also allowing this to be a point of rest. That this isn't necessarily a moment where you're completely walking away from this, but you're allowing this period of rest, hoping that it is going to give you the clarity and insight you need to find a way forward without carrying some of this grief or sadness on what has not been working. Continuing to get clarity on these cards right now, getting clarity between this very powerful energy of the Emperor along with the Hermit in its reversal. So for masculine energy, this is a moment of really coming into your own power and allowing this period of isolation to end as you're kind of recognizing and finding your own power again in a circumstance or situation. While as for feminine right now, this is a moment that you are kind of coming out of your shell because there is a manifestation of masculine that is coming towards you right now, or you're embodying, that is truly allowing you to feel kind of that security and safety in the presence of this energy, and that is what's allowing you to come out of your shell to a certain degree. May I please get one card to clarify? That is a lot of cards, but we're going to read them because we've got three cards coming out right now, and this is really a moment of really looking at what is and is not working. What we're seeing here with both the Emperor for masculine and feminine, and what we're really seeing here is this is a moment that both masculine and feminine energy are looking at some situations that are not necessarily going to lead them to the desired future outcome that they are hoping for, but using this moment to make the choices, allowing their intuition to guide them so that they can take the steps necessary to move them into the places that are going to allow for better future outcomes, given the fact that there is this clarity that is now coming around the things that are not necessarily building towards the ideal future that they have their hearts set on. And this is what's allowing this energy for feminine right now, moving towards a more secure masculine manifestation, while for masculine, this is stepping into their own power and taking these steps necessary to move towards these things for themselves. Continuing to get clarity on these cards right now between the Hermit in its reversal along with the Five of Swords in its transverse. So a moment of really coming out of your shell, potentially to address some circumstances or situations from the past that you do feel are unresolved, but are still causing some sort of block as you choose to move forward from this point, and trying to resolve this block in some way, shape, or form by coming out of this period of isolation. May I please get one card to clarify? We've got clarification coming here with, and I like to see this, the Five of Cups in its reversal. So again, this is the moment that we see that change of perception necessary to allow for the sun to come out of its detriment. That there is something here that even as you're allowing yourself to step forward in this confident way for both masculine and feminine energy, it is in hopes of keeping that optimistic outlook, looking at something that did not work in your favor, but trying to find the advantages or the positives to allow you to move forward in the most functional way. And this is what's allowing to even going back to some past situations and trying to address them with a different perspective or view and being more open about them, hoping to create this sense of balance to allow this resolution so that you can go forward from this point. Continuing to get clarity right now between the Five of Swords in its transverse. So some issue from the past that you do not necessarily feel is completely at a point of resolution, and trying to build that resolution for yourself specifically so that you can find a way to move forward in a more positive outlook without carrying the grief of that moment. And for some, even allowing some moment of rest here or pause as you try to make the determinations on how to do that in the most functional way, with the Four of Swords coming out here. May I please get one card to clarify? One card, please. There it is. This is showing a bit of that blocker, because whatever these circumstances or situations are that still require resolution, we do see that even though there is a moment of grief or trying to find a way to move forward from them, there is a bit of a pause here and a reluctance to move away from them entirely, which gives us some clarity as it relates to why this is specifically acting as a block in the transverse right now. Because though we do see that there is a path forward, there is some reluctance in potentially completely letting those past experiences go. Continuing to get clarity right now, and this also makes a lot of clarification on that, because there is a lot of addressing on the future possibilities of some circumstances, but not necessarily taking the steps forward, but allowing the intuition to guide with the Two of Swords right now, but beginning to take the steps necessary to make those changes for yourself, and looking at the way that you can best do that with the Magician, along with this feeling of trying to be optimistic about this situation and trying to really look at what has been lost and see what you can do to transform it into a positive with the Five of Cups in its reversal. May I please get one card to clarify? Whoa, we've got 3 more cards coming out again. We're going to read all of them. So we see here that, again, this is a moment of frustration, that whatever this energy is that you're not necessarily completely allowing yourself to let go of, it is causing a bit of chaos for you as it relates to being able to manifest the things or the desires that you're hoping to manifest. We see that with the fact that the 10 of Cups is kind of working against the Magician in this way, because there is this desire to transform this circumstance or situation, but still not necessarily feeling like that is something that is completely available to you to do right now with the World in its reversal. But also seeing some moment where you feel like there is some success on the horizon, which is why you're holding on to this point, hoping that you can be seen or appreciated in a better degree. And this is what's allowing you patience in this moment with the Temperance card, feeling something that is holding you here, hoping for this moment of victory, even in a moment where you're feeling a bit of chaos around the situation, but also moving towards this place where you're trying to build the most optimistic possibilities. Continuing to get clarity right now between this Five of Cups in its reversal. So trying to find the optimistic aspects of a situation that did not necessarily work out in your favor, but also feeling a bit of a resistance point in moving away from it completely, because you're not necessarily ready to make the choice to let go of it entirely. May I please get one card to clarify? The one card of clarification that we see coming through here is this very frustrating Knight of Pentacles in its reversal. So we're still seeing a lot of these pentacles coming through in its reversal. So again, a lot of this energy here, the reason that there is this holding is there is this feeling of waiting for some offer or opportunity to come forward. And it is starting to feel like a bit of a frustration point, because I feel that for many of you, you've been waiting for this offer for quite some time. It is not coming, but you're trying to find the positives of it, even as you're feeling a bit of a block, because you are still somewhat waiting for this energy and you still feel it relevant. And that is what's causing a bit of a block, even as you're trying to find the bright side to it. This can feel a little different depending on masculine and feminine energy. For masculine, this could be the withholding of an offer, whereas for feminine, this could be the waiting for an offer. Continuing to get clarity on these points right now, getting the final card of clarification between this moment of somewhat chaos that you are feeling with the World in its reversal, trying to orient yourself, trying to hope for some sort of victory even in the middle of this chaos, and allowing yourself the Temperance to kind of endure this moment, so hope to have this point of achievement, even in the face of some offer that you feel isn't coming towards you right now in the degree that you want. For feminine, this could be feeling like you're waiting for an offer that you have been waiting for, and you're starting to feel this anxiety that it is not coming forward. While for masculine right now, this could be holding back on some offer, looking for a point of victory before it comes forward in this manner. The final card for today's spread is, doesn't want to come out. We've got 2 cards coming through right now. Knight of Wands in its reversal, along with the Four of Cups. So this is going to feel a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy. Again, for feminine, this could be feeling that frustration point that may be causing that bit of disruption around some energy that you do not feel is coming towards you in the same, with the degree of passion that you would ideally desire. But you're using this opportunity not necessarily to kind of be in a point of frustration, but allowing yourself to be open up to the other possibilities around you, even in light of waiting for this energy. Whilst for masculine right now, this could be holding off on coming forward with some sort of passionate offer as you consider your possibilities moving forward, waiting for that insight or that inspiration as you continue. Thank you guys so much for the gifts. Bottom of the deck on today's reading right now is Tower in its reversal. So this is still speaking about some sort of crisis point from the past that is coming up that needs to be readdressed. And it is this moment of restoration that I think is causing a bit of a block, because we do see here that the Tower is something that is still being considered. There is some kind of crisis from the past that still needs to be completely resolved and hasn't been completely addressed. And it is this desire to kind of resolve or understand the true lessons of this Tower moment that is causing a bit of a block as you are proceeding forward. But we do see here with these cards that there's there's a lot of work to try to address the blockage. And that's what we like to see, because it's not just necessarily that it's on the bottom of the deck, but that there is some active work to try to pay attention to it and to see what can be restored, even if it is causing a point of conflict, as determinations are made on how to do that. That is our daily collective read for the day. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can book one on my website, gracestrega.com. Please keep in mind, if you book a private reading, it is a two-step process. You have to book the reading and pay for the reading. Please make sure to hit both buttons if you're going to have that reading. I want to thank you guys so much for having this reading with me today, and we will do this again tomorrow.